Oh, boy. How are we, lads?
Very good. Keenos.
Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to another live stream. Tonight, me and ProEnzo Vidz are going to be ranking NRL Jersey 14s from the 2021 NRL season. I want to thank ProEnzo Vidz for his time tonight. ProEnzo Vidz, Lorenzo, bro, thanks for coming on the show tonight. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's no worries. It's always good to come on your channel and do a video because obviously, I've been here many times now, and it's always fun to do videos on your with you, Nick. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, this should be a very good video. Jersey 14s, should be good.
I have more fun doing live streams with other people than making separate videos. I think live streams are the way to go for my channel going forward, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I did a poll a few weeks ago. I said, would you guys like to see live streams, or would you guys like to see separate videos? And everyone voted for live streams. So live streams are the way to go. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Miller. He's in the live chat. Jimmy Miller actually created this tier list for me. I believe it was Friday last week, or something like that. Shout out to Jimmy Miller. I see he's in the live chat. Thanks, Jimmy, for the tier list, bro. I appreciate you creating it. It's absolutely magnificent. But ProEnzo Vidz, I reckon we should just get straight into it. So obviously we're going to be ranking it based off this year. Now all these players played as a Jersey 14. Some players that I have decided to change my mind on with a few of them because some of them didn't realise played enough games or didn't play enough football. But it is what it is. But I reckon we should just get straight into it. ProEnzo Vidz, what do you reckon?
Yeah, keen as. Let's get into it.
Well, let's rip into it, mate. So we've got the categories. We've got the elite, which is obviously the best. Quality, which is very good as well. Does the job, go in the middle. Not that great as well. And we've also got terrible. All right. ProEnzo Vidz, Lorenzo, bro. Let's start off with the first one. Let's go with the just recently retired Benji Marshall as the Jersey 14 for the Bunnies. He played some good footy this year for the Bunnies as that Jersey 14. Where would you have Benji Marshall on this list, mate?
Yeah, so look, I thought Benji was good. He was good off the bench this year in a new role for him because obviously, we didn't really know where he'd actually play as a Jersey 14 for South this year, but he was mainly playing as that ball-playing lock for South when he ever came on the field. And yeah, that role was really good for him after all. I think he did really well for South in that role this year. Where would I put him? I'd say top end of quality. I think he was very good this year, so I'll put him just on the top end of quality for Benji.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I don't think he's in the elite anymore. One of the greatest players to ever play the game. Probably the greatest New Zealand rugby league player that's ever played the game. He's definitely up there with the likes of Stacey Jones and all these sort of players. But basing it off this year, I thought Benji Marshall had a pretty good year. Probably could have went again next year, but I'm with you, bro. We're going to put him in quality. Benji Marshall, he was a quality Jersey 14 this year for the Bunnies. All right, let's move on to the next player. Now, let's go to the Raiders. Tom Starling. Now, he played a lot of games this year as that Jersey 14 for Canberra. Came on and played a fair bit of hooker. Where would you have Tom Starling on this list, mate?
Yeah, I think Tom Starling's actually been pretty good when he's been playing at Jersey 14 for Canberra. From what I've seen, he's been really good when rotating with Josh Hodgson. I think there was a time this year actually when Tom Starling was playing as a Jersey 14, but then he was playing just as better as what Josh Hodgson was, and then they swapped roles, I think, during the year. That's how good Tom Starling was playing at the time. But yeah, in terms of how he went this year off the bench, I believe he did a job. I don't think he was anywhere near quality with how he played this year, but I think he does the job. I just think he did the job this year whenever he came on as a Jersey 14 player. So it does the job for me. Suits Tom Starling the best.
He's a good player. There's no doubt about it. I think he is the future Raiders starting hooker as long as he keeps his off-field stuff away and just makes the right decisions and not do any dumb stuff off the field. I think he had a good year, Tom Starling. I know Canberra were terrible, and I think we all agree that Tom Starling, or we should say the Canberra Raiders, were probably the most disappointing team of the year. So I'm probably leaning towards top end of does the job. You could put him in quality if you wanted to, but I think Tom Starling had a good enough year. We'll put him in does the job, but I think he's pretty close to quality, bro. What do you reckon? He's pretty close to quality.
Yeah, he's not far. Like, he's actually been, very good when he's been playing as a jersey 14. But just based on this year, I think he did the job. That's the main thing.
Absolutely, bro. And I think we are agreeing with that one as well. Righto, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the Broncos. Now, the Broncos jersey 14 was hard to pick because they change their halves every week. Originally, I thought it was John Asiata, but having a good talk with all those Brisbane Broncos, I think Danny Levi is probably the one that we should go with. So John Asiata's on the screen. We're going to use that as Danny Levi. Where would you have Danny Levi? I thought look, a lot of people bag Danny Levi. No one likes him for some reason. I think he's a solid player. Where would you have Danny Levi on this list?
He didn't really play until like round 7, I think. I think round 7 when Broncos played Parramatta, that was his first game at the Broncos and playing as a jersey 14 when he started playing there. So I think he's been okay. Like, he hasn't been. I don't think he set the world on fire like, as a jersey 14. Yeah. Like, he's not like the greatest one out there, but I think he rotates well with Jake Turpin with the hooker role. I think he rotates very well when he comes on for impact. I think Levi, just based on some games I've seen of him this year personally, I put him at not that great. Top end, not that great though. Like, I don't think he's like terrible, but like I think he's just at the top end, not that great. I feel like
I could just read it all over you, mate. Body language and all. You were always going to put him in there, and I think he's probably pretty close to the bottom end of does the job. But the Broncos, they didn't have a good season. Danny Levi was very up and down. Had a lot of average games. Didn't do a whole lot, but overall, I think he's a good player, man.
For sure.
He's going over to the Super League now, so we'll see how he goes there. I can just see we got a dickhead in the chat talking about the Cafe Taco shit. I don't give a fuck about that page one bit on Instagram. Yeah, so we'll move on from that. Danny Levi is going in, not that great. All right. Let's go to the Newcastle Knights now. So, Brodie Jones. Mate, where would you have Brodie Jones? I thought he did pretty well this year, Brodie Jones. I think he goes and does the job, personally. But what do you think about Brodie Jones as a Knights jersey 14? He was pretty much their utility player all year, to be fair.
He's pretty underrated, isn't he? Like, he's actually really underrated. Very underrated. I think, he's actually been good for Newcastle when coming off the bench in that jersey 14 role in particular. And I'm with you, Nick. I think he does a job. I think he does definitely do something good whenever he does come on as that jersey 14 player for Newcastle. So, yeah, I'm with you. Does the job just behind Tom Starling.
Good player, bro. Good player. And I think he played, well, obviously his primary position is second row. Played a few games in the centres. I think he scored a match when he tried in the centres against the Warriors. It might have been earlier in the year. And I think he played a little bit of lock. So he's a very handy player. And I think if an NRL club was looking for a back row or someone versatile, Brodie Jones might be the right man for the job. So Brodie Jones is going and does the job, and I think he deserves to be there. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the Bulldogs. Bailey Biondi Oddie. Now, I know you're a fan of this kid, mate. I've seen your videos on the Dogs and Bailey Biondi Oddie when you're doing your rookie videos and stuff like that. I like Bailey Biondi Oddie as well, but where should he be on this list, in your opinion?
Yeah, like you're saying, I'm obviously a big fan of seeing some games of him already. I think many Bulldogs fans in particular even rate him as well. I think they've actually want him to be their jersey 14 even next year as well. So not just this year, but next year, which I don't blame him for because I think he's got potential beyond Yodo. So yeah, he's a good player. I think he's a good player. Just hard to tell if he's a hooker or a halfback at this rate. But I think he's been playing more hooker than in the halves recently. But Yeah, as a jersey 14 this year, I think I think he's been okay. Like he hasn't really done amazingly well, but like I think he's done a job, and that's the main thing. So that's probably why I put him in does the job around that, like not top end of does the job, but like in the middle, like sort of in the middle, you know. So I believe
Yeah.
beyond the Odo suits best there.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I'm just trying to think where we're going to put him because obviously the Bulldogs had a really disappointing year, but Bailey Biondi Oddie didn't play a lot of games. He didn't play heaps of football. He didn't play 15, 20 games. So for me, I can't put him in does the job because of that he didn't play half a year. He played about 8 to 10 games or something like that. I think we should put him at the top end of not that great, bro. I think
Fair
next year
enough.
he'll be in does the job, maybe even quality by next year. But I think he should be in probably not that great for now. What do you reckon?
Yeah, fair call. I think that's actually a good point why you put him there. I think because, yeah, he's only played like about 14, 13 games or whatever this year. So, yeah, putting him not that great is actually a fair call. But, yeah, I think he does the job just in my opinion for myself.
Yep, no doubt about it. All right, so Bailey beyond the Audi can go in the not that great section. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the Eels. The Parramatta Eels. Now, I think Will Smith played majority of the Eels games as that jersey 14. Him and Joey Lussick. You can pretty much pick whoever you want. But we're going to use it as Will Smith. Now, Will Smith, for mine, is a handy player. He can play hooker. He can play fullback. He can play in the halves. He can play a few positions, which is always a good thing. I don't think he had a bad year by any means. I think Will Smith goes and does the job. What do you reckon about Will Smith?
Yeah, this is what I rate. I do rate Will Smith as that jersey 14 player because I think he plays just about every position in the field, or nearly every position in the field. But like he plays, I think he plays hooker, can play that ball playing forward, in the halves, fullback. So, he's got the makings of a good jersey 14 with a lot of, what's the word, versatility. So, yeah, he's not a bad player overall. And I think this year as well, it's like in 2021, like he's actually been good for Parramatta, coming off the bench and just playing whatever role as that jersey 14 player. For me, I would put him in does the job. So probably just in the middle of Brodie Jones and Tom Starling. So just in the middle of them both, I think. That's where I'll
Yeah,
put
exactly.
Smith.
I think he probably goes probably just behind Starling. I'm with you. Where is he? Will Smith. Get in there,
Yep.
Will Smith. Yeah, bro, he's solid. Couple of years ago, I didn't really rate Will Smith. I thought he was just a backup reserve grade player a couple of years ago, but he's definitely improved on his game, and I think he's a good jersey 14. So we'll put him and does the job, but I don't think he's quality or by any means. But Will Smith's going and does the job out. I believe he signed with the Titans, didn't he? He's going to the Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, good pickup for them,
He
actually.
signed with someone. I think it was the Gold Coast, so he's going up there. So career will go backwards now, Will Smith, but who knows, bro? Who knows? All right, let's move on to a player that I know you can't stand. Penrith Panthers jersey 14, Tyrone May. Boy, oh boy. Now, Tyrone May a year ago was a very good jersey 14. This year he had some good moments and some bad moments. I don't think he's going in terrible, but I think he might go in not that great. What do you think about Tyrone May? I know you don't like him.
Oh, I mean, first of all, yeah, I don't just hate him, I despise him, put it that way. Look, I don't know. I don't like his character or personality. I think it stinks, both those two things about him. But as a player, just in general, I think, look, he can cover halves. He can cover some positions like center as well. But I think Tyrone May, based on this year, I do think he goes not that great, but at top end though, like at the top end, not that great. So probably just in front of Beyond Yodo. That's why I put Tyrone May overall.
I would put him behind him, I reckon. I wouldn't put him in front of Beyond the Auto after this year. I don't think so. Where is he? Tyrone May.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what. We'll put him there for now. We can change it after. We'll put him just in front of there.
All right.
I'm not a fan of Tyrone May at all, man. I don't like him either. I think he's a bit of a dickhead, to be honest. All right. let's move on to the next play. Let's go to the Warriors. Cody Nicorima. Now, Cody Nicorima didn't have the best of years for the Warriors. He's normally a half or a 5'8". Cody Nicorima had a bit of a quiet year for his standards. Where would you have Cody Nicorima on this list, mate?
To tell you the truth, based on some games I saw Cody Nicorima this year, I was pretty underwhelmed. I think just in seeing some games he played this year, I didn't think it was great. Like I didn't think he was anything that really wasn't that good for the Warriors when playing. Because I thought that players like Sean O'Sullivan were much better in terms of playing the halves than what Nicorima was this year. Just other players were better than him overall for the Warriors. And when Nicorima played as that jersey 14, he just didn't I don't feel like he did enough to actually, really didn't do enough to actually be around that quality or does the job sort of category. So that's why I'm probably going to put him in not that great, and that's at low end of not that great as well. I don't think he adds enough as a jersey 14, in my opinion.
He hasn't had a good year. No. I'm telling you. But yeah, all right. I think bottom end as well. I was gonna say, is he in front of Danny Levi? But I think he did have a shit year for his standards.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I'll put him just behind Danny Levi, I feel like. But
yeah, all right, we'll do that. We'll put him there. He had a shit year, man. It's disappointing because he's got plenty of potential, Cody Nicorima, but it seems like when he was at the Broncos, he was starting in the halves, and he's gone to the Warriors, and he can't even crack he can't even start there now. It's like he's fallen off a bit. So maybe a new club for Cody Nicorima might be the best thing for him going forward. So we'll put him in not that great. All right, let's go to the Tigers. Moses Mbye. Now Moses Mbye is hang on, what the fuck's happened here? Stupid thing. Moses Mbye. Now Moses Mbye for mine. I don't rate him personally. I don't rate him as highly as what he used to be as rated. I think Moses Mbye is a decent player, but I don't think he's anything special. What do you think about Moses Mbye? I think he probably just goes and does the job somewhere.
Yeah, he's not terrible. Like definitely not terrible based on this year. I think he actually had some good games this year, believe it or not. But the thing about Zembo is it's always hard to get a read on what position he suits best because is he a 5'8", is he a fullback, is he a centre? That's the issue. We don't know what position suits him best. But probably after all these years of trying to find a full-time position for Moses Mbye, jersey 14 probably suits him best, to be honest. So, but yeah, based on this year, as he was playing that role this year, I'd say does the job, and I'll probably put him just behind Brodie Jones. Leave him just behind Brodie Jones, I believe, Moses Mbye.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. I'm completely with you. Definitely does the job, but nothing special. He did have a couple of really good games this year when he played, I think it was left centre for the Tigers. I think 5'8" is probably Moses Mbye's best position. Played a little bit of hooker, played a little bit of, around the ruck there, here and there. So we'll put Moses Mbye in does the job. Righto. Let's move on to your boys, the Manly Warringah Seagulls. Dylan Walker. Now, let me just start by saying Dylan Walker at hooker this year, or I should say at lock. When Dylan Walker came off the bench and came on and played lock and played pretty much everywhere on the field, I thought he was unfucking believable. For me, Dylan Walker is in the elite.
Yeah. Look, he was very good this year, Dylan Walker. Like, I honestly think he's a better centre than. I think centre is his best position overall, but. Based on this year when he was playing for jersey 14 this year, he really surprised me. I didn't think he'd have that impact he did when playing off that role. But yeah, he's been good, and I've been really happy for him. It's good to see him string some games together without being suspended or injured. So it's been a good season for Walker. But he is close to elite in terms of this year, but I would put him just in quality, like on the top end of quality, not elite yet, but just on the brink of it. So I'll put him just in front of Benji Marshall. I would just put him in front of him.
I want to put him in the elite. I really do. I think he had a fucking amazing season, man. Probably the best year he's had maybe since 2014, 2017. Yeah, I thought he was unbelievable, bro. I genuinely want to put him in elite. I thought he had a much better year than Benji Marshall. I thought he had a much better year than Tom Starling. I want to put him in the elite. I really do. Even if it's at the bottom end, I think he deserves to be there. Like I said before, but basing it off this year, I don't give a fuck about their careers. I think he had an elite season for a bloke who came off the bench and not, when Dylan Walker first went into Jersey 14, everyone was going, "What the fuck's he doing there?" And I thought he was so good. I want to put him in the elite. I really do.
Yeah, I don't blame you for putting him there. I think, the season he's had definitely kind of reflects on why he should be there. So, yeah.
Fuck it. He's going in the elite. I don't care if anyone disagrees. I'm putting him in the elite. I thought he had an awesome season. I think he deserves it. All right. Let's move on to the Sydney Roosters. Now, the Roosters one is difficult because, again, they had a lot of injuries, but I ended up going with Adam Kieran for the Roosters. Where would you have Adam Kieran? I thought he had a quality year, to be fair. I thought he was really good for the Roosters.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty good player. I didn't really know a bit much about him before. Coming into this year, I obviously knew the name fairly well, but didn't actually know about him much as a player. He seems to go all right because what I've seen this year for the Roosters in particular, he's a really good left foot goal kicker because I think he kicks his left foot and he slots him very well. So that's a good thing about Adam Kieran. And I think towards the end of the year he was playing in the centers as well. He was playing in the centers, and I thought that in that role in particular he did a good job. So, but based on this year, I think Adam Kieran goes and does the job. I think he's had a very good year, Adam Kieran. And I think it was a good sign by the Roosters and a bad loss to the Warriors. So I would put Adam Kieran just in front of Will Smith. I would put him just in front of Will Smith.
Oh, okay, really? Wow.
Yeah.
See, I thought Adam Kieran was going to go in quality or something, but all right, fuck. I'll tell you what we'll do, I reckon Tom Starling goes behind Benji.
All right.
And I reckon Adam Kieran goes just in front of Will Smith.
Fair enough. Yeah, I like that.
That looks a bit better. I think Adam Kieran deserves a bit of praise. I thought he had a really good season, so we'll put Adam Kieran just outside just outside quality. He's very close to we'll put him in does the job. He's very close to quality, but maybe just a little bit off. Not there just yet. All right, let's move on to the Melbourne Storm, number 14, Harry Grant. I think Harry Grant's going in the elite. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I think he's definitely in the elite for sure. Him and Brandon Smith's combination is just lethal, so yeah, elite for sure.
Yeah, Harry Grant had a good season. I know he wants to start at hooker, but I think coming off the bench as at Jersey 14 for Harry Grant is so much better. The impact he has is amazing. We've seen, and it's been proven, that Harry Grant is not a 80-minute hooker. He plays his best football as at Jersey 14. He comes on and he just goes absolutely nuts, and he destroys the defensive line on the opposition, and he's an unbelievable player, man. Whether you like him or not, it's completely up to you if you like him or not, but Harry Grant is elite, and there is no questions asked. He goes in the elite.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go to my boys, the Cowboys. The Cowboys, Jersey 14, Jake Granville. Now, I don't want to sound biased. I thought Jake Granville had a really good fucking season. I know the Cowboys were dog shit. They came 15th. Jake Granville played a lot of games this year off the bench at hooker. Came on and played a bit of fullback, bit of center, bit of lock. Played everywhere. I thought Jake Granville had an awesome season. This is going to sound ridiculous, but I think he should go behind Tom Starling in quality.
Yeah, first of all, I agree with you. I think Jake Granville's actually really has reproven himself for sure. I think this year there was talk, Jake Granville might be released by the Cowboys. He was unwanted at the time, and then just some games, as that Jersey 14. He's obviously impressed a lot of people, and in particular the Cowboys supporters. So yeah, he's had a good season. So I think he's deserves some recognition this year. And I agree. I would put him at the I would put it at the low end of quality. Like I think just behind Thomas Starling's a fair call. So yeah, I put him there. I would.
Fuck, he was good too. Like I think the game against the Sharks where he played left center for a while because I think the hammer got injured early on or something. I think he played a HIA, and Granville played center and killed it. I thought he was awesome. I think he played fullback against Melbourne, where we almost won, and he played fullback against Brisbane. He played fullback a lot of hooker and a lot of lock and center. Grenville was awesome to watch this year. The Cowboys were a hard team to watch at times this year. Obviously, as a Cowboys supporter, but I thought Granville was one of our best, and I thought he had an awesome season. So he goes at the bottom end of quality for us. All right, let's go to the Sharks. We're going to use the Sharks utility as Luke Metcalf. Now I know he only played about 6 or 7 games, but I thought Metcalf was very solid for the Sharks. I think he probably goes maybe in front of Zembo and does the job somewhere. What do you think about Luke Metcalf?
First of all, I just want to say it's disappointing Manly couldn't retain him because he was at Manly before he joined the Sharks, and I guess letting him go was a mistake. But again, you can't keep everyone. You just can't keep everyone, unfortunately. But yeah, in terms of this year, Luke Metcalf has been very good. I've liked the way he's just come on and show what he's capable of. Like he's got some good speed. Has scored a couple of tries in like 6 or 7 games, and I think if he gets more game time next year, like a more of a
he will. Trust me.
Yeah, more than 15 games hopefully for Luke Metcalf, and if he does, I think he's going to get better. I think he will get better for sure. I can't see him going backwards anytime soon. So I think he's gonna have a big year next year. But yeah, this year for Luke Metcalf, I would put him not that great, only because he hasn't played much games this year.
Same as Bailey beyond the Oddie. Yep, I see your point.
Yeah.
I see your point. Top end, though. Top end,
yeah, for sure. Top end, yeah. I'll put him just I don't know, just in front of Tyrone May. That's fair.
Yeah, I reckon that's pretty fair. I mean, if he played 15 games, but Luke Metcalf's going the same spot as Adam Kieran, I reckon, for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. There's no doubt. All right, let's go to the Dragons. Now the Dragons one was tough to pick as well because they had a lot of players out and they had a lot of changes in the halves. Jaden Sullivan's on the screen, but we're going to use that as the young Amon from the Dragons. Young Amon. Where would you have? I can't pronounce his first name. I think it's Talatu Amon. I think I thought he played very well. Where would you have Amon?
Yeah, Amon was really good. I think that he's one player that will probably have a breakout year next year because obviously I think Dragons rate him highly and will be the halves partner for Ben Hunt next year. That's what I think will happen. But yeah, this year in general, it's his debut season. I thought it was a good season for Talatau. I think he was really good. His impact was strong for the Dragons at some points this season.
He played 11 games too. 11 games.
Yeah, and that's not too bad for a rookie season. So, yeah, I think he'll go well with more game time for sure. So I would, but look, again, like Metcalf and beyond Yoda, I would put him not that great, but I would put him in front of Tyrone May, like between Metcalf and Tyrone May, but more game time for sure next year. He'd go and maybe does the job.
I'd put him in front of Metcalf because I think he played more games than Metcalf, and I think he played some really good footy. I think he scored a couple of nice tries, set up a couple of nice tries. So I think we'll put him at the top end of not that great, but I'm telling you, the future is bright for this young kid. I'm telling you right now, the future is bright. Yeah. The final player, he is from the Gold Coast Titans. He's going to the West Tigers in 2022. Tyrone Peachey. I think Tyrone Peachey had a fantastic season for the Titans. Everyone knows the Titans made the finals, and I don't like it one bit, but they did it anyway. Tyrone Peachey. I think Tyrone Peachey's going in quality based off this year. What do you reckon about Tyrone Peachey?
I think, it's a tough one for me because I feel like there's been games where he's been good, but there's been games where he's been nowhere to be seen. That's what I've basically saw Tyrone May this year. It was in some games and not, or it was out of games. So, in my opinion, I would put Tyrone May in does the job, but in front of Lachlan or Adam Kieran, in front of him. So, Yeah, that's where I put Tyrone Peachey, but he does go close to quality, so I don't blame you for putting him in there.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put him because I feel like he had a better year than Starling, in my opinion. I think he did. I reckon we should put Tyrone Peachey. You can debate between Starling and Grenville. I think he had a better year than Granville did. I don't know, man. I think Tyrone Peachey probably goes in front of Starling or maybe just behind him. It's pretty close.
I would put him in front of, just behind Thomas Starling, if anything. I think just behind.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Yeah,
all right.
Sounds good.
All right, so that's the list that we've come up with. Let's see if we need to make any changes. All right, we'll start with the top. We've got Harry Grant and Dylan Walker as the top two. I think that's pretty fair. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that.
Benji Marshall at 3, which is, I think he had a great year. Starling at 4 and Peachey at 5. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, top 5 set. I like it.
And then it's Granville, Adam Kieran, Will Smith, Brodie Jones, and Moses Zembo. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Any changes there?
As top 10, no, keep it. I like it. That's fine.
Would you put Adam Kieran in quality or not yet? I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet. Levi does a job, but maybe next year he could be there if he plays games.
All right, not that great. We've got Jaden Sullivan. Oh, not Jaden Sullivan. Sorry, we got Amon, Metcalf, May, Bailey Biondi, Danny Levi, and Nicorima. I'm going to sound very harsh here, but I want to put Nicorima in terrible.
I was going to say that because I feel like there has to be at least someone in terrible. And I think Nicorima's been the worst. I think based on the season he's had, I think terrible was definitely the right tag for him.
Any other changes you reckon, or do you think everything's good to go?
Even though I don't like him that much, I would. It's not a big difference, of course, but I would put Tyrone May at top end and not that great, just because.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
I don't want to, but I think that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
probably fine.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. All right. Well, mate, I reckon that might do it. I can't think of any more changes. I think everything's pretty good. I can't think of any more changes that we need to make. I'm pretty happy with the list. What about you?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I think the top 10 and the rest of the list is fine. I think we've nailed it. I think this is one we've definitely nailed for sure. I can't see any problems with how we rank players here. So no, this is a good list. I
think it's a good list as well. I'm with you, mate. But anyway, ProEnzo Vidz, mate, thank you for coming on the channel tonight. I appreciate you coming on and ranking these Jersey 14s with me. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no worries, Nick. It's good to come on your channel yet again and do another tier list video. As you know, I'll always be keen to come on the channel anytime for another video. So, yeah, thanks again, bro.
No worries, mate. Make sure you guys go and check out ProEnzo Vidz on his YouTube channel. The link's in the description below. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Monday night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. See you guys in the next one. Have a good night.
Good stream. Catch you in another video.
Have a good night, fellas.